Hello everybody, my name is Kubra Arici and I'm an English language literature student at Order University and I'm a 4th year student. I'll be taking this video on the behalf of my course Methodology, and briefly I want to explain the method that I'm going to be using, which is Communicative Language Teaching, and how I can expose this with my students alongside by taking the video at the same time. Communicative language teaching is about communicating in a real life basis. For example, I'll be talking about democracy because that's what our subject is, and I will expose them of what they already know by estimating what they know and whether if they experience any type of actions alongside with the subject, and talking about the real life situations by making real conversations, speaking, listening, answering and questioning the students alongside with it. And I'll be having Ali in my video, and he's my participant, and I totally asked him for permission in order to be taking part in my video, and I got his confirmation now, and I hope you will like my video. Thank you very much.
My name's Ali and I give my permission to be in part of this video.
Hello everybody, how are you all today?
We're good, how about you?
I'm good, thank you very much. Did you all enjoy your weekends?
Yeah, it was nice.
Oh, perfect. Today I'm going to be talking to you about democracy and how democracy works in our country and how the system of democracy works and how you will find democracy within our school environment, at home or anywhere else that you do in your daily life. Let's begin with democracy and the meaning of democracy. Democracy is divided into two. Demo means people and crackeracy means rules. And when we join these two words together, as we know, demo in the ancient word means people, and crackeracy, again in the ancient Greek, means rules. So when we mix together, democracy means people, rules. So, when we say democracy and when we say that people rules democracy, we all mean that when we talk about democracy, it's actually choosing the perfect leader that can lead the country, and everybody comes into a mutual agreement of how the democracy should be systemized or how the democracy should be worked. When we talk about democracy, democracy is a peaceful, where everybody chooses the perfect leader in a peaceful manner. They go to a specific environment, they choose the leader they wanted to be chosen, where everybody comes into an agreement of who the system should be planned by or who the system should be run by. So when we say democracy, have you all come across what democracy is? Have you know what democracy should be, or do you have any ideas what democracy should be? Ali, do you know?
No, I don't.
No. So, do you all remember when we had voting time in order to choose our classroom representative? We know that classroom representative is our friend Ali, but how did we choose him? How did we come to an assumption? How did we conclude that he should be our classroom representative? Do you have any ideas, Ali? What did we do? Do you remember?
Yeah, I do. There were candidates and the whole class chose who they wanted to represent, who they wanted as representative by writing our choices on pieces of paper and putting them in a box. And then we counted how many votes did the candidates get, and then we chose who it is.
Yeah, we chose. We put our votes into a little box. Do you all remember? Yes?
Yeah.
Yes, we put the votes into a little box, and then afterwards we had a classroom count. So we chose Ali as our representative because most of you guys chose Ali, as he's our good student in our school as well. By all means, democracy is the same thing. When people do their candidates, choose their candidates. For example, I am a candidate and I am willing to lead the country myself or become a president, for example. And I put myself as a candidate. I ask people to vote me by doing some representative leader of the country. I run some campaigns when I'm a candidate. I run some works, I run some campaigns. This is the same thing when we have chosen Ali. His campaign was in order to be a good student in our classroom. It's the same thing when you become a candidate yourself. So, when we meet candidates, they have to be a really good model, role model, in order to be good for the society itself. So when we mean society, what do you mean by society, Ali? Do you know what society is?
No.
Society. Society is the people that runs. For example, our city is a society. It's full of people who it's a mindset of group of people. For example, our city is full of people who's under a specific cloud, and we want a leader to be who wants to represent us as a society itself. So we basically choose our leader, and by all means, when we choose our leader, we have to know what he can do for us and what rights we have under his regulations. Choose the leader or give power to the people. For example, Ali, can you come and draw us some stickmans, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ali.
No problem.
Now, when there is a group of people, like I said, there is two ways to give power to the people. First of all would be direct democracy. Now, what means direct democracy is a group of people, for example, every time there's a law change, there's a group of people, like the society itself, go to a specific place and they vote for the law change, if they want the laws to be changed or not. For example, when we have a teachers' meeting, for example, we have a democracy itself, we come to one agreement saying that, for example, break times. You all love the break times, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes. Saying that the break time should be 20 minutes, for example. But we all come to an agreement and we agree on that the break time should be 20 minutes. That's when the direct democracy comes into place. When we mean direct democracy, is a group of people that wants the law to be changed and they vote for the law to be changed. Now, let's move on to republic democracy. Do we have an idea on what direct republic democracy is, everybody?
No.
No. Now, let's explain what republic democracy is. For example, our middle man. Let's choose this one here. Think of this as Ali, our classroom representative. Republic democracy is when republic democracy is when the people choose their representative and they vote for their representative. For example, Ali, out of all 3 people, we have voted for Ali to be our representative. Now, republic democracy is choosing our representative. Okay, when we choose our representative, okay, now we all know that Ali is our representative and we have voted him for it, yes?
Yeah.
Yes. When we talk about voting, now let's start with voting. Do we all know what voting is? Ali, do you know what voting is?
Yeah.
What is a voting?
Voting is when you go to a community centre or airports or places like that, and you go in cubicles.
Yes.
And you mark you mark the option that you want, and then you put it in a box.
Yes. Do you know what age you should be voting? So do you think that you can go and vote?
No, you have to be at least 18.
Yes, you have to be older. So do you know anybody in your family, or you have witnessed, you have saw anybody in your family who has voted?
My parents.
Your parents. What did they do?
Well, they went in a cubicle. They chose which option they want, or which party, and then they put it in a box.
Yes. When we say voting, and we all know that democracy begins at home, what do I mean that? Let's explain. When we say democracy begins at home, we mean that, for example, let's say you haven't decided what to eat for dinner today. What do we all do?
Well, we ask every family member of what they want, and then let's say 3 people wanted chicken, 2 people wanted nuggets. We will choose chicken because.
I see, you love the chickens, right?
Yeah.
I see. Yes, that is perfectly correct. When all the family members choose and they agree on one dinner for itself. And that's how the voting system works as well. For example, you want to go on a holiday, but 2 people in the family says no, 2 people in the family says yes. So what do we do then? We come to another democracy and we come to another assumption again, and we vote again. In your family, you haven't chosen, like for example, 2 people said no to go on a holiday, and 2 people said yes to go on a holiday. What do we do? Do we all have an idea what do we do?
Well, we'll vote again.
You vote again. So you choose, you want to go on a holiday or you don't want to go on a holiday. Good. So when we talk about voting, elections as well. Yes, Ali?
What is elections?
Elections. Good question. Election is a system that counts all the voting. For example, we had an election in here. We have all counted your votes in the classroom together. We didn't all vote together. And that's how we come across that you could be a classroom representative. So this is what elections means. Do we all understand?
Yeah.
Good. Perfect. And for example, we know that we do democracy at home, especially when we have to brush our teeth, when we choose our favourite dinner, or when we choose our classroom representative, as well as the representative that is quite good for our country, for example. Now, to finish off with, we all know what democracy, direct democracy is, direct democracy, republic democracy. We all know what voting is, and we know how the election system works. And to finish, by all means, in order to be a good citizen, we have to be perfect for our government and for the society as well. We choose, we make the good assumptions, and that's how we will become a good citizen. Now, we will finish our lesson. Our next lesson on Wednesday will be about dictator and how the dictating system works as well. And I hope you enjoy your weekend and have a great time. Thank you.